gospel, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger and exalted Christ. And I further bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the extension of the Son of Man. I would like to greet you, brothers and sisters, with the greeting words of peace, which we say in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings, family. It's your brother, Winford X. Good morning to the brothers and sisters on this Wednesday morning. All praise is due to Allah. Ramadan Mubarak for the brothers and sisters who are Muslim, who are taking this beautiful time to fast and hopefully to receive benefits and blessings and rewards from Allah for participating and striving in the best of ways during this time. Praise be to Allah. I'm up and I'm reading and I'm going over some things. Been in the Quran this morning. Been in Message to the Black Man. I'm continuously promoting this right here. Message to the Black Man in America, for the black man and woman. And for anybody that's in America and even abroad, I believe that this book should be in everyone's home, on the shelf. If you don't have a shelf, in the drawer, in the cabinet, in the cupboard, under the bed, under the mattress, on top of the TV, wherever you can put it, just make sure that it's in the household and you are able to crack this bad boy open and get started on this book right here, man. This is one of the most powerfulest book, if not the most powerfulest book that I've ever read when it pertains to setting your base, right? No matter if you're Christian, no matter if you're Muslim, no matter whatever your denomination is, even if you don't have a denomination, I believe that the principles and the morals, all the things that the black man and woman has been through, in particular, coming through slavery, shaping our minds, being shaped in iniquity. I made a post yesterday speaking about how we're not born sinners, right? And I posed that to my Christian family because, you know, the norm, anytime you hear, and even growing up, I grew up Christian. So to program the mindset, we were always programmed to say that, hey, you know, we're born sinners. You know, we was born sinning, you know, and really not understanding what that meant, because it was something that was just always consistently said to us and programmed in our head. So this is what we were believing. We were believing that coming from the womb, you are a cursed person. You're cursed. But that is not true at all. Being shaped in iniquity, all right, meaning that we coming into a system that's already corrupt, right? We're not born sinners. Everything that we learn as we grow, we're taught these things, okay? When we talk about basics like walking and stuff like that, naturally, the human body will incline towards those types of things, naturally starting to crawl, starting to walk. But when we talk about having a certain mindset and having certain perceptions of how we see other people or how we see the world, that comes from a certain system. So that means that if it's coming from a certain system, that is shaping our way of thinking, that is shaping our perception of how we see other individuals, how we see ourselves, how we're programmed on a daily basis. But what I wanted to get at, man, was I wanted to say, man, that all praise is due to Allah for young brother Ben X, man. He has a class and a course, and it's called Digital Real Estate. And I am honored, and I'm blessed to be in this class, man, to be able to learn about digital real estate. But I'm still on week 1. It's a 6-week course that he's providing for anyone. You know, this brother here is a blessing to the world, man. He's a blessing to the world. And I just wanted to come up here and I wanted to go live, and I wanted to just, give him his flowers, man. I wanted to give my brother his flowers and let him know that he's doing a hell of a job, man, on cracking atoms and reshaping the mindset of, in particular, the black man and woman. What I mean by that is, in this digital real estate class that I'm in, it's a self-paced class. I'm taking my time on this class. I'm still in the birth and the genesis of the real estate, the digital real estate course. And what I'm doing right now is I'm reprogramming my mindset. I'm reprogramming, removing certain words from my vocabulary. When you remove certain words from your mindset, it changes your reality. It changes your mindset. It changes your vision. It changes your perception on how you see things. And before we're able to see things outwardly, we have to start seeing things in ourselves. Now, why am I saying this? All of us should know this. We've heard this before, many and many of times. But why am I saying this? Because it correlates with this book right here, Message to the Black Man and Woman in particular. Now, when we talk about the knowledge of self, I know you've heard me. If you listen to my lectures, you've seen me on my lives, you've always heard me say the reality of cause and effect, the reality the knowledge of self, the reality of God is the knowledge of self, the true knowledge of self. Well, what I'm starting to realize right now by taking this class, this course, this digital real estate, dealing with different platforms, how to see yourself, how to build your platform, and being able to start visioning yourself with a generational wealth, okay? Being able to remove yourself from a poor man's mindset. I'm not afraid to get on social media and say that for a long time I've had a poor man's mindset. And as I'm continuously going through this course, this digital real estate course that Brother Ben X is providing, I ran into something called verbal programming. And I wanted to share this with my brothers and sisters, man. And it's called a process of manifestation, right? And when we talk about process of manifestation, it breaks down how our thoughts lead to feelings. And our feelings, they lead to actions. And our actions lead to our results in our everyday life. So when I think about this, I came across something called verbal programming. And the question that was posed into verbal programming is, what did you hear when you were young? How are we able to perceive money, currency? How are we able to visualize these types of perceptions of wealth? Well, it makes me go all the way back to this Message to the Black Man. It's just a different language, brothers and sisters. It's the same morals, same principles, but it's just a different language and a different level of understanding. So when we talk about verbal programming, let's connect this to the black man and woman, the Atlantic slave trade, all the things that we went through, the root of cause and effect on the condition that we're in right here in 2020. How we're able to continue to hate on ourselves, kill one another, and not feel anything. How we're continuously having a poor man's mindset. How we want money, we want to chase the money, but at the end of the day, our reality, we don't have money at all. We end up going to prison for selling dope, trying to get money. We end up going to prison for robbing banks, trying to get money for something that I went to the feds for, robbing banks. Okay. Now, as I'm taking this course, my whole life is flashing in front of my eyes. My whole life is playing back. Now I'm starting to understand, coming into the Nation of Islam, the knowledge of self. Having the knowledge of certain things is a good thing. But all praise is due to Allah for the young brother Ben X. By me having being in the brotherhood with this young man and having a friendship with this young man, being able to be close to this brother and see this brother throughout the week, man, and spend time with this brother and really have an opportunity to be one-on-one with this brother for years. I've learned so much, not just the knowledge of self, but I'm starting to come into the understanding of applying the inner you. There is no one that's going to value you like yourself. I'm starting to understand now that when you have these corporations, these big time companies that you go work for, and they tell you this is how much we're going to pay you. And when something goes wrong in that corporation, you know, they tell you to file this. You got to go to human resources. You got to do all this type of stuff. And you busting your back and you stressing over something that they're not giving you, something that they're falling short on you on, right? I'm starting to understand that we can't be mad at them because you know, whoever you're working for, they can't value you more than you value yourself. And on top of that, to be honest, we working at, all of us have to get up and go to a 9 to 5. A lot of us get up and go to a 9 to 5. And it's true, man. Like I heard Brother Ben say all the time, Monday through Friday, you work. You get to your Friday night, you happy Friday is here, you ready to get off work, you ready to go party, you ready to go, you know, just lay down and rest, you ready to do something for yourself. Saturday, you go to the mall, you know, you're going to the party, you're doing this and that, you're going shopping. Sunday, you get up and go to church, you know, you go praise God, you go give you some tithes and offerings. Sunday evening, you winding back down, now you starting to stress again. Now here come the stress again. Now because you knowing you got to go to work on a Monday morning. Now you're putting yourself back into an anxiety. Now you're starting to regress mentally because now you got to go right back to this job that you really don't like. That's not living, man. And I'm in that. I'm a part of that. I'm in that race. But I'm starting to understand now that that's not holding value. That's not holding value to myself. I'm cheating myself. I'm robbing myself. So how can I say as a young man, how can I say as a man that by me being in the Nation of Islam, we have the supreme wisdom. We do have the supreme wisdom. But having knowledge of it is a good thing. But having knowledge of it and understanding it is something totally different. I'm just starting to understand it's a big difference in having the knowledge of it and being able to understand it. When you understand the supreme wisdom, it's a lot of hard work that come with that. It's a lot of eye-opening things. It's a light bulb that goes off into your mindset. Now you're starting to focus on who you are. You're starting to see your own value. This starts to remove fear from you. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in Message to the Black Man, once you're able to get knowledge of self and understand self, the fear of the white man starts to be removed. He said that once you attain this supreme wisdom and not just have knowledge of it, but once you start to apply it and once you start to live it, he said that you can tie the white man around your pinky and you will forget that he's even there. What does he mean by that? Well, Brother Ben X, this young great brother, man, he's a perfect example of that. He's a perfect example on showing us how to tie the white man around his pinky finger. What does he mean tying the white man around his pinky finger? Where you're starting to realize and you're starting to see your own value. You're starting to see your own worth. And you're not putting your future, you're not putting your worth in someone else's company, in someone else's hand, where they gonna cheat you. We're gonna pay you $18 an hour. We're going to pay you $20 an hour. Even some people that get paid $100,000 an hour, they think, oh, I get paid 100 grand an hour. I get paid 100 grand a year. But you're still cheating yourself, because once you tap into your own value, there is no ceiling on or no limitation on whatever God wants you to have for yourself. Generational wealth, building up something for your foundation, for your children, and for your children's children. All this is in the scriptures. All of this is in the word. So all of us, no matter if you're Christian, no matter if you're Muslim, no matter what you are, we have all these books of high wisdom, supreme wisdom. So, but why we're not able to apply it correctly? Why we're not able to see this in our lives? A lot of us be saying, oh, I'm Christian, I'm Muslim. Oh, I'm happy with this and that. God is my Lord and Savior. Oh, Muhammad is this, and the Minister Farrakhan is this and that, and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is this and that. But when we look into our personal lives, we don't really have nothing to show for it. I'll be the first one to raise my hand on that. We don't have nothing to show for it. Why? Because we're still we're so enthused with the teachings, but when it comes to applying the teaching, it takes a lot of work. I'm seeing that right now. It takes a lot of work, and I thank Allah for this downtime that I've had on this quarantine, to be able to be home and just start the process of elimination of certain words that sticks to a poor man's mindset. Removing these words, man. You'll be surprised at just how you can remove words from your vocabulary. And it'll start changing your perception. It'll start changing the vision and the reality of the things that you see in front of you. And even your own self. Distractions. I'm starting to see, man. And one thing I heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, family, he said that when you trick the mind, you're playing with truth. Tricking the mind is playing with truth. How do you trick the mind by playing with truth? Because no matter what you got going on in your life, it's two realities that you can't fool. You can't fool yourself, and you can't fool God. So that means that you can put on a front for everybody. And the majority of us, that's what we do, because that's how we were verbally programmed. Okay, it's going back to process of manifestation. Verbal programming. What did you hear when you were young? The most of us come from deprived, poverty-stricken neighborhoods. We didn't know nothing about no process of manifestation. We didn't know nothing about having a cash flow quadrant. We didn't know nothing about rich dad, poor dad. We didn't know none of we never heard these things. We always heard that money is the root of all evil. We always heard that anytime we seen a person of success, we would always have to say something or knock that person down, because we were saying we thinking in our minds and in our heads that money is something of evil. No, man. No. We were taught wrong. But see, guess what? That's why we are able to identify our open enemies. This is why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, don't ever laugh or don't never condemn your brother for the things that they don't know. He said, because we were all taught by the same slave master. It's a lot of things that none of us know. You know what I'm saying? While we're steady down in this person, it's somebody that knows and that's doing better than you, and they can easily look at your situation and your condition and say, what is he doing? See what I'm saying? So it's better for us to be humble. It's better for us to say, well, damn, man, you know, how do I look at this thing? How do I humble myself and go at this thing? Man, Brother Ben is a blessing, man. That young man is a blessing in what he's doing. I wanted to come up here and I wanted to applaud the brother, man, because I'm learning so much in this class. And like I said, I'm self-pacing. I'm taking my time in this digital real estate class that he's offering, that he's providing for brothers and sisters, man. He's transparent. He's not holding information. It's not a con game what he's doing. This is and I love the way that he's birthing us, and he's conditioning the mind. He's preparing your whole make. He's preparing your mind for the arena of different words. He's introducing you to a generational wealth perception. It's just not you just jump right into it and you just trying to learn what digital real estate is compared to real estate. You just all over the place. And I can honestly say that I'm talking about me. And if you, and I'm not saying that you have to press one or anything like that, but what I'm saying is that anytime we coming into a new way of life, or we stepping into grounds that we don't understand, we fear. It's a certain type of fear that come across us. And this is what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was talking about. This is what he's talking about. Removing the fear from the mindset. Removing the fear to become successful. See, when I first heard about the digital real estate, I'm not going to lie, I was fearful. I was full of fear because I didn't understand. I'm not understanding, like, man, and when you see other people becoming successful financially, there is something inside of you that say, I can't do that. How did he do that? And it's a wall of fear that's put up between you and that person's success. You seeing that person. But that person is grinding. They're removing certain things. They reading. They up in wee hours of the morning. They looking at how to become a millionaire. They looking at Rich Dad Poor Dad. They're looking at things to give them fresh ideas. They're planting new seeds in their mindsets. And when you plant new seeds, you removing old weeds. You uprooting certain things, and you start saying to yourself, damn, man, I've been thinking like this a long time. But the great thing about it, brothers and sisters, as long as you're breathing, you got action. I always say that, man. As long as you breathing, man, you got action. You got action to turn it around. And the younger you are and you start to realize this, it's a whole different language. It's a different language of success. It's a different language of the reality of cause and effect. Having the knowledge of the cause and effect is a great thing. But once you transfer and you transition from knowledge to understanding, in between transitioning, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice to get to the understanding of applying the knowledge of the things that you're knowing and that you're coming into. That's a hell of a process. It's not something that you can just look at somebody's success on the surface and say, well, hey, man, damn, man, you know what? That was, he looked like he did that easy. No, you don't see the groundwork. You don't see when he goes underground. And that's why the Honorable Minister, see, I'm starting to understand more and more of my own teachings by just having the privilege to be around Brother Ben X. Sometimes when we together, like physically, when we talking or we out to eat, or, when I'm able to just observe him and study him and listen to his words and observe his actions. It's teaching me. I'm 14 years older than that young man. I'm 14 years older than that young man. And that young man is my mentor. I'm learning from him because he's seasoned and he's experienced in these things. So I don't have a problem bowing to in that respect in regards to that young man, because guess what? Humbleness is the key to success, man. If you can humble yourself, man, and put yourself around people. And this is another thing that I was thinking about right here, brothers and sisters. I had to hear this, and I'm glad that I was able to hear this. All of us should have the mindset of wanting to be around, being in a circle and being around an atmosphere of people that are smarter than us. We should want and desire that, to be in a circle of people that is doing better than me. But the question is, how can you get into that circle? You can't just invite yourself to that circle, because it's a lot of things that's going on in that circle. It's some great things that's going on in that circle. So what do you provide coming into the circle? You might not know more than them, but you got to have some type of value. You got to be able to see some value in yourself to be able for them to even invite you into the circle. So they can be able to put you on other things and you become a part of them. I'm starting to see this. It takes more than just a friendship. It takes more than just, oh, this my cousin, this my homie. It takes more than that. This is real life that we're talking about. You can't just hang around people that are successful and you just want to go along with the ride. No, man. No. And you know what? A lot of us in the hood, that's what we believe. We get envious and we get jealous and we create enemies with people who are successful, who leave the hood, and then we start wondering, damn, man, why, that nigga don't mess with me no more. Oh, that nigga done switched up. No, it's not that he switched up. It's that he's starting to understand his worth and his value before his time expires in the world, man. I heard Brother Ben X say last night, man, how long you think you're going to be here? We're all on borrowed time. We're all on borrowed time. As long as you're breathing, you're on borrowed time. All of us are going to the same destination. So it's about what you're doing while you're here. It's about leaving a legacy. I'm just now starting to realize this. I read books when I was in prison, but reading a book and actually putting your best foot forward, even when you're fearful, and putting that best foot forward, that's totally different. It's totally different. And I can say, yes, man, it's times I've thought about things I want to do and I get anxiety. I get fearful, man. A lot of fear just come up in me. Man, what if you fail? What if you can't do it? And so the brain shuts down and now you become lazy. You try to remove that reality and you put it all the way in the back of your subconscious. You put it all the way back on the back burner. And you say, well, I'll come back to it. And when it comes again, that same fear comes up and then you say the same thing. I'll come back to it. By the time you know it, 2 and 3 years have passed down. 5 years, 10 years. And you find yourself in the same position, in the same situation 10, 15, 20 years later. That's what he means about removing the fear. I'm just now starting to realize this. Yeah, I work for somebody else. I heard people all the time say, oh, I'm working for this person. Oh, I make $90,000 a year. Oh, I make $100,000 a year. They be happy. They be happy about that. But don't you know that company that you're working for? They don't see your value. They don't see your value. They don't see your value. Oh, we're talking about giving you a raise next month. You run out and go tell your employees and your home, your friends, your coworkers, man, they talking about giving me a raise. I'm finna get a raise. What is that? That's not value. That's not true value. Is that to say that you can't have a job and that's why Brother Ben talks about the steal away method, that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan taught us about the steal away method. It's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5, but don't just sit there and just be there for the paycheck and just be saying, oh, okay, well, I'm finna get another paycheck and man, I work this job because it pay the bills. That's a poor man's mindset. That's a poor man's mindset. I'm just now starting to come into understanding this stuff. I ain't afraid to say it. I'm just now starting to realize, okay, if I'm going to be successful, it's other things I got to do. It's things I got to put the work in. I got to invest my money into information. It's nothing wrong with copping J's. I like to look well presentable. I've always have. But at some time and at some point in your life, you got to start saying, what's more important? Especially when you start having children. What am I going to leave him? What if something happened to me? That's the stuff I'm starting to now realize just by being around this young brother, man. Having the honor to know this man. Like, he's a special individual. And for me to be around him, God is telling me, you're special too. I got him around you for a reason. I want you to look at him and see yourself. Not saying that I want to be him, but the principles, the morals, the gifts that he's showing, that he's displaying, you have the same in you. You've seen this young man tap into his gifts. I've seen Brother Ben X tap into his gifts over the years, and I've seen him grow gradually. So I got to say to myself, man, me and him have established a hell of a friendship. But I can't ride his coattail. I got to look in myself and see my value. And it's time to come on with it. So this class that I'm taking, this digital real estate class that this brother's providing for brothers and sisters, man, it's opening my mind up to understanding me being in the Nation of Islam. I know that's probably crazy me saying that, but this class is showing me what our teachings is really about. The destination in our teachings. Your aim and your purpose, why you're here. So, man, I had to come up here and I had to share that. Let me share something with y'all, right? And it talks about modeling. And this author, he asked the question. He said, what did you see when you were young? See, brothers and sisters, the things that we seen when we were young, it's an effect on how we living today. Knowing about money. That's why the Caucasian, that's why the European, he understood not to let us learn how to read and write. He knew to remove any kind of light from our minds, from our existence, to keep us in darkness. This is why we're seeing generational curses, because it's the blind teaching the blind. It's the blind leading the blind. And a lot of times it's not our fault how we come into growing up in a neighborhood. We gang banging. I hate this nigga. He got on this color. See, it's not, it didn't start with you. But once God give you an epiphany and God give you a breakthrough to break that psychological chain from your psyche, from your mindset, you have to step outside of that and say, hold on, wait a minute. Signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. Wait a minute. That's a gift, brothers and sisters. The late, great Malcolm X said that the hardest thing to do is to teach a people that don't know that they don't know. But what's going to happen when Allah God allow you to remove yourself and to allow the scales to fall from your eyes, and he blesses you with a knowledge, and not just with a knowledge, but he blesses you to understand. See, let me say this, and I learned this by watching Brother Ben. Everybody that is gifted with knowledge is not gifted with understanding. I'm starting to understand that. You can have knowledge, but that does not mean that you're going to graduate and you're going to make it to the stage of understanding. A lot of us die before we get to the understanding. A lot of our light, it burns out before we're able to be rewarded with understanding. I'm starting to see this now. I'm seeing this on the right up front, personal. So now my whole mind is started. It's just, The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said back in the 1960s. And I'm just now starting to understand this, brothers and sisters. Please hear your brother, man. Please hear your brother. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, in order for the black man to be successful, he must be re-educated. Re-educated. Let me show y'all something, man. Let me show y'all something. Listen to what this is coming from Brother Ben X, the digital real estate course. This is coming from his course. Look at what the brother said. He said, if you want to move to a high level of life, you have to be willing to let go of some of your old ways of thinking and being and adopt new ones. The results will eventually speak for themselves. Man, I had to highlight that. Let me show y'all something. I had to highlight that, man. I wrote that down and I had to highlight that. It says, if you want to move to a high level of life, you have to be willing to let go of some things, some old ways, distractions. You have to remove that. And what's the ultimate way to remove that? By submitting and building a relationship with Allah God inside of you. Building a relationship with God. Not a mystery God, but the reality of God. The knowledge of self. You. What is the reality of God? What is the true knowledge of self? The true knowledge of self is when you apply and understand your true value as a human being. I'm just now starting to realize that. That's why Brother Nuri said, and it's not to talk about our Christian brothers. It's not to talk about even our Muslim brothers, even ourselves. This is not a gang bang, religious gang bang thing. This is not what this is. This is a reality of becoming successful, tapping into the God. This is what 19 keys mean when he say tap in. See, these are young brothers too. I'm 39 years old. I'm about to be 40 in a few months if it pleases Allah. But this brother Ben is 25. Reza Islam, 29. 19 Keys, 28, 29. These are young brothers, man, that I have an opportunity to see. I know personally. And here it is. I'm coming from the street, coming out of the penitentiary. And I'm like, damn. I know my aim and I done met some great brothers. Brother Larry Rivera. Another brother did fair time just like me. This brother has his own school. So I'm saying, what are they doing? I'm not doing. Here it is. I'm getting up, going to work 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. Man, everything these brothers is touching is turning to gold. What are they doing? I'm not doing. So now I got to go back to the drawing board. But all praise is due to Allah. I think I'm on course now. I'm not going to say I think, I know I'm on course now. It took this right here. See, a lot of us, we know people. Oh, that's my partner right there, man. Yeah, he gone to the league. Oh, we used to hang out, this and that, man. Yeah, he gone to the league. That boy doing this and that, whoop-de-bam. But how many of us really know someone in our life personally that we can see, speak it into existence, be and it is? I'm one of them, man. I'm one of the people who actually have a figure in my life, not just on a business level, a brotherhood level, a friendship, a real friendship level that I can see, I can call, hey, meet me here. Let's go eat. And to be around that, and to understand that and recognize that, got to tap in, man. Got to tap into that and see your worth through that example. I'm able to do that. So I just wanted to get up here and I wanted to share with y'all, man, that I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to understand. And not only just this brother Brother Ben. It's another young brother. His business partner. I've had an opportunity to meet this brother. This brother name is Brother Jacobs. This brother is 29, 28. This brother ain't even 30 yet. This brother has a mind. I'm starting to understand when the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, get 6 to 8 like minds together. I'm actually starting to see the teachings manifest right in front of me. I'm starting to see this for my own eyes now. I'm starting to see, damn, they really doing it. So Allah is telling me I got them right in front of you. You can reach out and touch both of them. So what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna tap in? I'm showing you can do the same thing they doing. So it's just about being humble. It's about removing distractions. I can't get up here and tell you that I don't get distracted. I do, man. I get distracted. I get distracted by certain things that come into my life. And I know that I can be a lot more powerful if I remove those distractions. I know this. And it goes all the way back to Allah saying to submit, man. Submit to me and I'm going to show you something. Y'all know how we can know the teachings, man. We can know the teachings. And we can know that it's real. And something in you, inside of you, you still playing around. You still playing around. I'm tired of that, man. For real, man. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that, man. Because I'm seeing people that's close to me. They moving at a high speed. They moving at a fast pace, man. They moving. I don't want to get left behind. I don't want to get left behind and say, oh, I knew them. We used to be hanging together and we used to do this. No. I deserve to be in that circle. I deserve to be one of the ones handling my business. No, I'm one of them. I've heard that my whole life. You special. I've heard that through my whole bid in my 15 years in the penitentiary. You're going to be somebody big, brother. Stick with it. You're going to do some great things. But it was always something in me. It's people that can see something in me that I'm so fearful that I'm scared to see in myself. How many of us have been in that situation? How many of us have been in that position where everybody else around us can bear witness to what they seeing in us, but hell, we can't even see it our damn self. Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that, man, we got the best wisdom amongst us that's been blessed and came to us by God himself. And you still slow poking. The minister said, get that nigga from around your neck. Untie that nigga from around your neck. The minister mind, he far gone. He's way gone. He's way gone. He's mentally, he's out in orbit. He's out in orbit. So I'm starting to see his students. Me being a student. I got to find my niche. I got to find my lane. And by the grace of Allah, I'm going to do just that, man. I'm going to do just that, man. I'm going to do just that, man. I'm going to do just that. It's a different language, brothers and sisters. And I think that's where I was fearing. Hearing the language of business. Hearing the language of things that I don't understand. You fear that stuff. Damn, I don't understand. I'm going to get left behind. You know, they going to point at me. They going to laugh at me. They going to do this and that. But see, I've been around Brother Ben enough to see things that he didn't know. He didn't understand. Shoot, man was asking questions. Taking this course. Getting this. Oh, I got to go here, man. Go here with me. I got to go pick this up. I got to go do this. He's allowed me to come in his life and see some things. Oh, I need you to go with me. Go here, go here. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, God, why you got me? You showing me these things. You bringing me into his life. But God is telling me, yeah, I'm bringing you in his life. But I want you to see something. What do you see for your life? What are you seeing out of this? What are you getting out of this? Don't just ride. Don't just enjoy it just for the ride. What are you getting out of this? And a lot of times, everyone on this live have someone or may have someone that they know that they going through the same exact thing. Man, I just wanted to come up here and share that with y'all, man. I wanted to share my truth with y'all. I wanted to share my truth with y'all, man. I'm learning some things, man. I'm learning some things. You know, I'm not no, you know, you get fear of, man. You get fear of, everybody in this class and this person on week 3 and week 4. Oh, they doing this and that. Nah, man. Something in me told me, relax. Take your time. Relax. Go at your pace and take care of your business. Take care of your business. Just relax. You gonna get it. And taking this class right now that I'm in, that Brother Ben X is providing and Brother Jake is providing. These are young brothers, man. These are young brothers. These brothers are multi-millionaire visionaries, man. They getting real money, man. They getting real money. Real money. Not this walking around and flashing $1,000 or putting money up to their ear and yeah, this and that. That's a poor man mindset. That's a poor man mindset, man. That's a poor man mindset. That ain't shit. That ain't shit, man. That ain't shit. No. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Looking the part, that shit ain't about nothing, man. And I've learned this by them young brothers, man. I learned this by them young brothers, man. I'm learning a lot from them young brothers, man. I'm learning a lot from that. It's a different language. It's a different language. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it, man. And I'm going to continue to get it, man. So, you brothers and sisters, man, if you feel anything that I'm saying, tap in, man. Tap into your own reality. You don't have to work for nobody for the rest of your life. Oh, I got to go to work again. Oh, I got to go do this. That's me. I know people that do the same exact thing. That's me. Your whole life flash in front of you. And by the time you know it, you're a grandmother. You're a grandfather. You get old and then you be thinking, damn, I wish I could have did this. But you could have did it. God gave you many of signs that you could have did it. There is no mystery God, brothers and sisters. There is no mystery God. God lives in you. The reality of God is you. You're not the supreme, but you're connected to the supreme. So you have all the access that he's created. Being it is, you can do that. I had knowledge of that, but I didn't have an understanding of that. But now God has blessed me to be around some brothers that's giving me that understanding, because now I'm starting to see it and they apply themselves very, very well. In order to become successful, you got to work hard. And that's what I'm starting to learn. In order to be successful, you're going to be tired. You're going to be sleepy. You're going to be, it's work. It's basically it's work. It's work. But who wouldn't want to get up in the morning and do whatever they want to do? See, that's a reality for those guys. They can get up in the morning and do whatever they want if they choose to. Ah, man, you know what? I'm doing this today. I'm a witness of that. I've seen young brothers go and buy cars for cash money. legally, legit. Let me cash out. I want that one. Let me cash out. I want that one. See? No mystery to that. If I said anything, brothers and sisters, that rubbed anybody the wrong way, man, that is not my true intention. If I said anything that was beneficial, it didn't come from me. It came directly from Allah through me. So, yeah, brothers and sisters, hey, look here. If you're interested in that real estate, digital real estate class, get in touch with Brother Ben, man, or Brother Taylor Jacobs. He has a class to show you how to become your own bank. ABS Institute, it's theirs. These are 20-something. They ain't even 30 yet, and these brothers is already running their own company. Come on, man. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? Who wouldn't want to get on that train? So with that being said, brothers and sisters, y'all have a blessed Wednesday afternoon, man. I greet you, brothers and sisters, with the greeting words of peace, which I say in the Arabic language.